There is no getting ready for me and Randall. We just jump in the pool, right?
Yep.
Okay, good talk. Listener, I'm pretty sure this is Andrew Fetter. In the wrong time zone at a bar, Sabres playing, have an ice cold Heineken. Oh no, Heineken! Pabst Blue Ribbon! Great quote from Harry Dean Stanton in Blue Velvet. I say that all the time. I don't think I've even seen that movie. I'm not gonna. Possibly how you felt about Dogma, right?
I love Dogma.
Okay. What are you eating for dinner, Randall?
Oh
yeah, it's
some like
not Harry Dean.
leftover.
It's not Harry Dean Stanton. It's Dennis Gopper. Andrew means Hopper. I always confuse those two. I don't know why. I think because I like Harry Dean Stanton better. Yeah.
You know what? I've always recognized Harry Dean Stanton, and then I just like grew to love him just for the fact that he's contributed and he's done so much in film.
You love him because he's lovable.
I think his last big movie, I think, was Avengers.
Yeah, well, that's a great way to go out, right?
Oh, beautiful way to go out.
Son, got a condition.
Great line.
Yeah, he was great. That's the kind of guy you want in a part like that, too. Those Russo brothers really know what they're doing. Anyway, what do you got for food? We got to get that out of the way because you always spend the first 10 minutes having dinner.
Burger King.
Burger! I said Mickey D's. I owe everybody $10 now. Fast food.
The hamburger of Iron Man's choice.
This is our boy Tony Garachi, who goes by Locutus of Bjorn Borg on the Facebook. He likes rollerball, cute girls, and drugs and alcohol. Just trying to make him laugh. Not the barbecued bounty burger, says Chris Seguisig.
I'm not familiar with that one. The barbecue bounty burger. I haven't heard of that one.
I don't know. I can't tell you the last time I got fast food. Every San Diego, we stop at a Carl's Jr. to get Coke with lime out of their fountain machine for Steve. But I don't get anything there because I'm drinking water and eating beef jerky all the way down the 5.
Yeah.
We got badges, names for badges going tomorrow. Fucking parking.
Nice.
Getting your parking arranged is May 22nd. It's starting to happen, man. San Diego.
So wait,
half months away, basically.
Yeah, San Diego Comic-Con. So it's May that weekend, May 22nd?
What? Which part?
San Diego Comic-Con?
No, May 22nd is when the parking is ready.
Okay.
The San Diego show's in July, the third week of July.
Okay. Yeah, because I was thinking, like, I know it's normally like June or July or something like that, but
been a minute.
Nowadays, like, all these conventions change up.
I'm well, Andrew. I hope you are well. Randall is well. He is well. He's I can't say he's getting nutrition, but some kind of
there's lettuce in it.
Some and kind onions. Of food energy of some kind. Anyway, today's film that we have spent 4 minutes and 4 seconds not talking about is Kevin Smith's opus Dogma. And you guys all know about this, right? I sort of alluded to this, but Harvey Weinstein, who is rightfully in jail, but should have gone to jail for tanking Mira Sorvino's career and telling everybody she was difficult to work with. I mean, really? She got a fucking Academy Award. Well, he was a dick about it because she wouldn't let him touch her boo-boos or whatever. Who knows? But obviously, I'm fucking making fun of the guy's a fucking sexual predator. But in addition to that fucking nonsense, for some reason, he sat on Dogma because he controlled it because of Miramax, and he got into some fucking
Yeah.
piss fight with Kevin Smith, and fortunately he went to jail and now has to pay his lawyers, so had freed up the rights, and Kevin Smith bought it back, pennies on the dollar, hopefully, and and we got a really nice physical movie to look at. I didn't get a chance to. I thought I watched the movie, but I didn't get a chance to. I wanted to watch all the behind the scenes stuff because, say what you want about Kevin Smith, like he's an acquired taste, and sometimes his stuff hits you funny because it's so stylized. It all takes place in a heightened reality. You can totally tell, right? He calls it the View Askew-averse.
Yeah.
But that's just marketing. I mean, basically he writes the best Vertigo graphic novels ever, and he just makes them movies instead of comic books. Like that's what this is. Like, can't you see this drawn by like Eduardo Risso? And you know what I mean? Just like a real like smooth European thing, but with the just crass American shit all over it. That's what Dogma is. It's great. I love it. The angels have costumes, right? Their silhouettes are the same. They all wear t-shirts with hoodies under black blazers, or I guess they're pea coats or something. They're sort of like a little hip length jackets. But you look at them on the side, and it's like, okay, that's their version of a halo and wings, right?
Yeah.
Which you do see at the end on Ben Affleck, who's already a superhero looking guy, right? So the whole thing's a fucking comic book. And it's great. I mean that in the best way. I still want to see a Superman. I do not.
Who's a Superman?
Kevin Smith. Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know about that? Have you read it?
Yeah. I mean, he wrote the script for the Tim Burton film.
Yeah, but have you read it?
No, I haven't read it.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah?
Yeah. The big mechanical spider at the end of Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
Is the end of his movie.
Oh yeah, but that wasn't by his choice. I mean, we know it's.
No, I'm not saying anything about that. I'm saying that John Peters wanted a giant mechanical spider so bad that he made Kevin Smith put it in his thing, and then it didn't go. And instead of just going, I guess the world doesn't want a giant mechanical spider, he made whoever wrote that nonsense for Will Smith and fucking.
I wonder what John Peters is going to do. Like if he passes away, like what happens to the Superman film rights?
Nothing. What are you talking about?
No?
Well, the studio has the rights to that script. So
no, I know, but I'm just saying like
Peter's just a producer though.
Well, no, he actually owns the film rights. And so what he does is
Superman.
Yeah. So like, he gets paid. You never heard of this story?
I haven't.
Oh, so one day he's got somebody like checking like Warner Brothers, like what movies or what, what hasn't been renewed for licensing rights. And Superman was on the list. Somebody screwed up at Warner Brothers and they forgot to renew Superman. And so John Peters scooped it up right away. And then he called Warner Brothers after he acquired it and was just like, hey, by the way, I feel like making a Superman movie. And Warner Brothers is like, well, how are you going to do that? You don't have the rights to it. And he's like, you might want to check that. And then and that's why like his name is attached to all the Superman films. He gets paid. And but from what I heard, like there was a long gap where they didn't want to make any Superman films because they didn't want to work with John Peters. They didn't want to do he was just crazy.
I'm gonna have to look into this because it sounds like you're telling me the Batman story with Michael, what's his name? Michael Uslan.
Okay.
He was a 23-year-old lawyer.
Yeah.
And saw that Batman and Shadow weren't optioned, and so optioned them for pennies.
Mm-hmm.
And when he got the Batman movie, he's just every time Batman's in a movie, he gets executive producer credit and some cash.
Yeah. But I mean, he actually loves Batman.
But he doesn't own the rights to Batman. right?
Not like all the rights. We're talking film rights.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't seen his contract, and like somebody, I don't know. I'm very cynical about individuals owning film rights to giant IPs. Like
Mhm.
I haven't seen the contract. You haven't seen the contract. Like I don't. I really cynical and
I think Kevin Smith even said
suspicious
it
about
too.
that. Yeah, I'm not saying it's not. I said I'm going to have to read some more. I just looked at John Peters' Wikipedia real fast, and it
Yeah.
says he produces the movies. So, you
Yeah.
know, great. He produces the movie.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. I know everything about the Star Trek rights because they talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
And I know about the Batman rights because Michael Uslan talks about it all the time.
Oh yeah.
I never heard this story. And I'm not saying it's not true, man. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I've never heard that story. And
I'm trying to remember.
I'm just kind of pointing out that how interesting that is, right? How some people
I think
can't shut up about having the rights to produce a thing, and then but Peter somehow doesn't, or I missed it.
Yeah. So I think there's a.
Yeah,
I forget the guy.
Chris looked real fast and said you're right. I didn't say you were wrong. I'm just saying I never heard it. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially because you know who John Peters is, right? Like how he got into Hollywood.
Ex-husband to what's her name? Barbara Streisand.
He was I don't know about that, but he was Barbara Streisand's hairstylist.
Yeah, he started off as hairstylist, and I think they got married. I don't think they were married for long.
But then that's how he got into Hollywood. I don't care who he's. Come on, Randall, stay on the path. That's
you
how
asked
he got,
me who, and I was like,
how he got into Hollywood was doing Barbara Streisand's hair and whispering into her ear, "Hey, I know what to do in Hollywood," and he turned that into being John Peters. I think that's pretty amazing. So I can't believe he wouldn't shut up about having the complete film rights to Superman.
Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's cool. God bless him. I can't believe there's not a book about that I haven't already read 3 times and annotated with my my little thing of this is my what do you call these things? Post-it notes. I write down the movie that we're going to do so I don't forget. Because in the early days I would go, "Oh, that's great," and then like in the last second go, what are we doing? Because it's been a whole week. I did that for like 3 months. And I smartened up.
No, I'm glad that we picked Dogma. I did want to watch Cannonball Run. Mm-hmm. I mean, I know you pointed out that YouTube had it. Because when I Googled it, they didn't mention YouTube.
Oh, yeah, man. I did. I went to archive.org before I even thought to do YouTube. So don't beat yourself up about that. I just did that like as a last ditch effort. Like sometimes stuff shows up and sure enough, there's a dude who had a playlist. It's the whole movie, like 8 minutes at a time. And it's shitty quality, but like you're not watching that movie for the high quality. Maybe I know you don't care and like you don't get it because that movie's from 1981, which was when I graduated from college. But half of that movie, like including Roger Moore, are just guys in their 60s and 70s, like getting together to have a laugh from the old days, right? Like Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, and stuff. So I get why, and some of the humor is a little inappropriate for the modern day. So I get you didn't want to finish it. So we don't have to spend another minute on Cannonball Run. That's one of honestly I don't know. I don't know. It's not one of those 70s movies you have to see. And it's not because it's 1981. It's just because we're not done watching good movies. Not that that's a bad movie. It's hilarious, but it's not, I don't think it deserves our attentions just yet. Especially like this is where I lose it with people. I don't think Adrienne Barbeau is that pretty. Sorry, John Carpenter. Sorry, Swamp Thing.
Really?
Yeah, I don't. She's great in Escape from New York, but not because of how she looks. It's because of her character. So
The movie I remembered her in was Creepshow.
Yeah, never saw it.
No? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're not in the horror.
I love it when people say that because sometimes it sounds like they're saying I'm not into horrors. It just seems like a Family Guy joke that's waiting to happen. This is pretty cool. Roger Moore introduces. He's playing Roger Moore. Or whatever, He's playing Seymour Lipschitz the Fourth, who thinks he's Roger Moore, and he happens to look exactly like. Come on, that's pretty funny. Anyway, oh, look at this. So Andrew goes, Adrienne Barbeau, and I go, yeah, I don't get the big deal, and he goes, wow, I am sad today. I think it's so funny that people are invested in like, you don't like horror movies, you don't like Eggplant Parmesan, you don't like Adrienne Barbeau. I mean,
it's almost the equivalent of like, you haven't seen Star Wars?
No, it's not. It's that like when people are pals, they want you to like the same thing. They think that because you're pals, you're going to like everything the same.
Oh, sure.
And so people just, the internet times a million. Whenever I say, oh, here's my preference on something, like 17 people come out and go, what, you don't like this? You don't like this? You don't like this? I'm like, no. It happens with cartoons all the time when I say, oh, I hate cartoons, except for I love Speed Racer. I love the old Space Ghost. I can take Tobor the Eighth Man. I can take Rocket Robin Hood. Stuff from the old days, Yeah. But like, now I don't care. And people will be like, oh, well, what about, Gargoyles? That was a staple of my childhood. And I'm like, man, I'd already been arrested 3 times before Gargoyles came out. Which isn't true, but you know what I mean? I was an adult. I was probably boning your mom when you were watching Gargoyles in the back room, It's like, come on, man. Anyway, I take a cartoon of this. And I know that there were Jay and Silent Bob cartoons and Clerks cartoons.
Animated series.
I actually like the Clerks cartoon.
Oh, it's great.
That I saw. Because, man, I don't know. He was just way, way ahead of his time. Like, I think if Kevin Smith dropped Clerks right now, he'd be directing one of the next Marvel movies, just like out of the gate. They would have some kind of, they would give a Machine Man or something nobody cared about to just do a quick thing. And so that's my plan for Walker. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Just be brilliant with your first movie, and then you can go to Marvel.
I hope that it happens only because I know that when he goes through the experience of directing a Marvel film, like, he will be able to tell you privately, like, all the good and all the bad, right? And like, he'll just like,
he's way too professional. NDAs mean something, man.
You don't think he would tell you?
Oh, no, I'm like the biggest leak in the world. I'd get on.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
I'd be worse.
Oh, no, you're pretty good. You're pretty good. Like, there's stuff that you're like,
I'd get away with it.
Yet.
I'd get away with it like Tom Holland and Mark Ruffalo do because I'm the guy's dad.
Yeah.
And the whole world would go, no, the Walker Young's father is fucking off again. Yeah. And then I'd get on Ellen and go, geez, I'm really sorry, but I'm so enthusiastic about this stuff and I'm proud of my kid. And everybody would just go, oh, just give Walker a different script. And why don't we write one up for his dad or something?
Maybe he'll direct a DC film. Maybe he'll be working with James Gunn,
I think he's going to do, he's got more of an A4 sensibility. Like Everything Everywhere All at Once is up his alley. That's the kind of thing he would do.
Yeah.
So if he ever does a Marvel movie, it's going to be some weird disappointment that him and his fans love, like Eternals, and like it'll just be some crazy specific thing, and everybody will go, I get what's going on, but I don't like that he killed somebody
He'll make an
somebody
agent
wrong.
Woo. He'll make an Agent Woo film for under $5 million.
I don't know. We should ask him. We should ask him. If we gave you $5 million and they said, here's a slot on Disney Plus, would you do like some kind of Howard the Duck Arbor Day special or what?
Yeah.
Silver Streak. I love it. Who do you recast for Walker's remake of Silver Streak? I'm gonna go with
So Silver Streak, that's Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor?
Yes.
Okay.
That is that film. Who would you cast?
Who do we recast for that, huh?
Do you remember the film?
I haven't seen it.
All right. Never mind. Then that's, it's silly. Then you're just casting their faces. So I'd go with Austin Butler and Mike Colton.
No.
Give me Silver Streak with those two guys.
Marlon Wayans.
Oh my God. No, sorry. Tony wins. Don't even bother. Colin Jost and Michael Che doing Silver Streak. That would be fucking amazing.
No. I think people would get bored like after.
So now Randall's gone. He's done. We're never going to talk to him again. He says no. Okay. We'll talk to this one time. Who do you think?
I was in Larry Young jail.
That's pretty funny. There's no such thing as Larry Young jail. I just turned you off for a second to make fun of you so you can't answer. Then you
Larry Young Phantom Zone. That's where I was at.
Come back and you do. Yeah, that's what it is. It's and to top it all off, he was joking. I think that's fucking brilliant. But see, that's the weird kind of shit that Walker and I say all the time, and that's why he kind of grew up. His favorite screenwriter is Shane Black, if that tells you anything.
Oh,
so
sure.
He's just got this weird, like, sort of, angular view on the world, because we hung out all the time. And I'm like, that's stupid. And he'd be, why? And I'm like, because you should be wearing a red rubber nose when you do that. You know what I mean? I was just like really into surreal stuff, and I love the jokes that don't go the way you think.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. And so I just raised him that way. And so now he looks at narrative like, my thing was thematically, I would always call it looking under the rock, like you look at something, there's a rock, you can tell a great story about the rock, but you look under it, oh my God, there's bugs and maybe a lost coin or, a note from the girl next door. I mean, that's the shit I like. And so I would always tell it to him. It's like, look under the rock. And so he doesn't even really think of narrative that way anymore. He just sees a rock. He picks it up. Okay, what are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what's the weird ass shit that everybody else? I'm not even going to think about that because everybody else has normal stuff covered. So, yeah, Dinklage as the prisoner. He'd do stuff like that. not the McGowan role in Silver Streak. Anyway, do you want to talk about Dogma or something? It's been 25 minutes, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Go ahead. Tell me what you think.
Well, I want to say it's Kevin Smith's best film of all of his films that he's made. I want to say it's his best film.
You should say that. Don't be afraid.
Yeah. And it's definitely it's the funny thing is it's a toss up for me for like between Dogma and maybe Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Two different films, right? Two different films, but they're in the same
cop
universe.
one you did with Tracy Jordan. What was that one?
Cop Out.
Out.
But that one is not part of the View Askew universe.
It's a Kevin Smith movie, though.
It's a Kevin Smith directed film, but not written.
You said best Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah. No, I'm just pointing out the difference. I'm just
defining a Kevin Smith movie. Is it
one
that he's in, like Die Hard 4? Is it one that he directed? Like
you can include, you can include him if he's acting in it if you want.
I just think a Kevin Smith movie, you don't go, oh well, he didn't direct that or he didn't write that. Well, who gives a fuck? He was involved. It's a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't make the argument that Cop Out is his best film. but I fucking love that movie. Mainly because it's basically Fletch.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
to the point where they use the Fletch title music as the end credits in Cop Out.
They really. I haven't
But
seen that movie in a long time. I'd have to.
But I also read his book about whatever book Kevin Smith put out at the time. Like a third of it is the making of that movie, and it was rough.
Oh yeah.
And so after reading that, I was even more impressed that how entertaining that movie is. It doesn't come across like sometimes movies with troubled productions, you can tell. It's like sometimes actors are like not really acting at each other correctly, or that there's weird like scene selections in the editing that you're like, man, if that's the best thing they have, that's terrible. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. But this one, like, I guess Tracy Jordan was like dying of diabetes or something at the time. There's not a whiff of that in that movie. He's great. He's running around on the street. He had some kind of like real trouble with his leg, like physical medical trouble, and
Yeah.
you can't tell at all.
No. I mean, and that's kudos to Tracy Morgan's acting and Kevin Smith's directing.
Dogma is his Citizen Kane, a movie that's given zero respect on this channel. Wait a second, is that true? We give it all the respect because we compare all other films to Citizen Kane.
Yeah.
So right there, I would make the argument, like, for real. Sometimes I say, some dumb movie is better than Citizen Kane, but that's obviously a joke and not. It's because we have all the respect. That fucking modern film doesn't exist without Citizen Kane. The end. That's it. No argument from anyone will be listened to. Like, there's so much shit that Orson Welles invented for modern cinema because he didn't know how to make movies.
Yeah.
So he didn't do the same thing as everyone else. Talk about picking up a rock and looking underneath it. That's when you rock everything, because nobody knows that shit's under there. You look like a genius doing all that. There's a scene at the end of Citizen Kane where he walks by a hall of mirrors, and it's not a hall of mirrors like in a circus. It's a room with a whole bunch of mirrors on it. And as he walks by, you kind of see versions of him, his reflection. And it's completely like, oh, these are all the versions of himself that might have happened had he chosen different ways. You would see something like that in an Apple TV show now, right? That scene's not out of place in like Friends and Neighbors with John Hamm, right? Or just looking through windows as like the opening to the outside, and shit like that. That didn't exist as storytelling until Orson Welles did it, and so yeah. Citizen
And then you get all kinds of other
correct.
directors like Francis Ford Coppola and Martin Scorsese that add to it, I think, pulling from what Orson Welles did. So yeah. No?
Would you say Scorsese and who else?
Francis Ford Coppola.
See, you just mentioned two stylists though, right? Like, you can tell a Coppola movie by just watching it, right?
Not always.
Oh, okay. Well, then,
at least for me. I mean,
sarcasm is obviously not apparent. Yes, that is happening now. It is. Where everybody doesn't get jokes and sarcasm. I'm like, I can't get off the thing that we've talked for half an hour and Randall hasn't said anything about Dogma.
That's not true. Lies. Erroneous on all counts.
Go ahead. I'm not going to interrupt you.
All right. Yeah, no, like I mentioned before, Dogma is, like, I think his best film. And definitely in my top 2 favorite. So Little Dogma, yeah. It's an interesting film. Like, I hadn't seen it in a long time, but like, as I was watching it, this is how I know I like it so much. Like, there's like lines, there's things that are happening in this film. I literally probably haven't seen this movie in over 10 years, but I could already be like, I know what he's saying here. I know what he's going to say here. I know what he's going to do here. So like, so much of what happened in that film is ingrained in my memory. And
that's cool.
Yeah. And You know, like I love the scene where they, Bartleby and Loki, they're at Mooby's headquarters, and they're just like going down the line, like, telling it like, the sins and like everyone's evil, bad, and it's
Yeah.
always that scene where the girl, she's like, "Oh no, you're innocent. You're actually okay."
I like how
Like,
surprised he sounds like when he gets there.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
like, "Oh, and you, yeah, actually, you're all right. You're a decent person.
Yeah.
That's cool. You've lived an innocent life. Nice job." Okay, and he's just kind of like he's surprised about it. He keeps going. That's a great scene.
Yeah. And I mean, I got to really observe Ben Affleck's acting in this film more because, like, like when you watch it before, like Ben's still new. He hasn't gone on to do like his directing and like, obviously like when you're in that industry as an actor and you become a director, like the more experience you get, the more you're able to kind of like develop your talent and give different performances and build on top of that. And so like this is like still early in his career,
Everybody in this movie is half their age, man,
Yeah.
except for George Carlin, who's dead. I mean,
Yep.
this movie's 27 years ago. So, like, I was struck by how shitty Ben Affleck and Matt Damon were acting. You know what I mean?
Oh, really?
Because I'm used to them now, where
Yeah.
they're powerhouses. And
Yeah.
so, basically, those two and Salma Hayek, they're not shitty acting, but all three of them really leaned into the specificity of Kevin Smith's dialogue.
Yeah.
And so I loved listening to Matt Damon try to do that.
Yeah.
Because his kind of acting is not as stylized as Smith's writing, right?
Yeah.
So you can tell he just processed it by going, "Oh, well, I'm gonna perform as if I'm on a stage," because this is a unique and heightened sort of environment.
Yeah.
Because they're not asking us to buy one thing here. They're asking us to buy a fucking lot. And
Yeah.
so I'm just going to act like that's fine with me. But what happens is it made him enunciate really specifically. And I noticed that that Salma Hayek did it too. But I think she might have been just not confident with her line reading in English at that time, right? Because,
Yeah.
like I said, this is 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And so she's used to being like, I'm the cute girl, and I can do it in Spanish and broken English, but like this is very specific. So she did great. Don't get me wrong. And I might just be, imagining all this, but I did notice that her and Matt were like, I wish I wrote down a line because I could do it, because it's very specific. But it doesn't work if it's just a regular line, right? You sound like you sound ridiculous. But there's just something about Kevin Smith's really specific word choices, and like he does a cool thing with cadence and syllables. It's just, I love it. I love, and the actors who, like in Clerks, it happened because nobody was a professional actor, right? So they were just really concentrating on not messing up the line. And Kev told me I have to hit this word, so I'm going to hit this word every time,
Yeah.
And so then that became a thing, like other actors are like, I guess this is just how people talk in the View Askew universe or whatever. Whatever they
No, I agree. I agree with that. But I also think that maybe the reason Matt gave the performance that he gave was because his character was more humorous. And so I think he was looking at it from a comedic side. Yeah. And so, because if you watch him do other comedies, like, I don't know if you ever saw the movie where him and Greg Kinnear are like attached to the body.
Siamese twins. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. That's Farrelly Brothers, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, yeah, when you see like Matt, like, attempting to joke and do humor and all that stuff, like, it feels like, I don't want to say one trick pony, but it just feels like there's no range in his comedy. It's kind of like there's just the bubble right here of his performance of like, like, what do you think about that?
Yeah,
like,
I mean, with the caveat that it's back then, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and those two motherfuckers, they win an Oscar when they're 24 for their first screenplay. There's they didn't get a chance to make mistakes and grow in public, right?
Yeah.
Because the second they did that, everybody went, "Oh, where's the next Oscar winner, motherfuckers?"
Yeah.
That's
Well,
a
well,
lot of pressure on young kids.
well, Matt's wheelhouse is definitely drama. If you look at all of his early roles when he was breaking in, um, like oddly enough, I bought some movies last night digitally, and one of them was School Ties, where it's him opposite Brendan Fraser, and like he's the antagonist, he's the jerk, he's the asshole, and Matt Damon just did such a good job playing that type of character, that role, and then like he went on like I love the story about how he got the role for Saving Private Ryan. He had done a movie that had Meg Ryan and Denzel Washington in it. I forget the name of the movie, and like his performance and the look that he provided in that film is what eventually got Steven Spielberg to say, "Okay, you're perfect. You're the Private Ryan I'm looking for." And but yeah, no, so many of his movies, like he's hardly done any comedies, you know. And so like any kind of comedic type role, chances are it was a Kevin Smith film. And then yeah, you had the Farley brothers. He attempted with that. And but yeah, I mean, you just look at everything that he does now, and it's like, it's mostly drama and action. Nothing wrong with that, though. I mean, he's in Christopher Nolan films, and like he's crushing it.
I'm not a Matt Damon scholar, so all my stuff is like, well, I mean, I kind of disagree, but that's because I don't go to Matt Damon movies.
Yeah.
So the ones I see, he's always doing something ridiculous. Like he's the cameo guy, right?
Oh, sure.
So he's always
like the Marvel films, like he's
in Marvel,
like,
yeah. But I mean, even like the Insider movie he did, like you're not wrong. It's a dramatic movie, but oh my god, does he have a bunch of comedy notes in it, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that I think that's probably what I would say.
Yeah.
You're right. He does dramatic stuff, but he's not afraid of comedic notes.
No, I'm not saying he's not afraid of it, but I also think that he knows. I think he knows that
you remember him in 30 Rock, right?
Oh God, I don't actually remember him in 30 Rock.
He plays Liz Lemon's pilot boyfriend for like a season and a half, and he's a stiff. Yeah. So it speaks to your point, right? The audience is like, oh, we're waiting for he's going to bring some well-needed drama into this hilarious show. Oh no, he's just playing Leslie Nielsen in Airplane, basically, right? Okay. He's the serious butt of jokes for everybody to make fun of him, and his name's Carol. I mean, come on, the whole thing's really funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so. Yeah, I think that's the thing. Like, you're completely right. He's known for his, serious roles.
Yeah.
But like every really good actor, if you know how to do drama, you
should know how to do comedy.
No, comedy's harder. But
I agree.
But so dramatic actors can't do it. But automatically. But if they do have a flair for it, those are better than actual comedic actors.
Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I mean, you go through the list, man. I would make the argument that Bill Murray is one of those guys, and everybody thinks he's a comic guy, but no, the reason he's so fucking funny is because he knows why things are funny, and the only people who know that are the serious people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just this thing about comedy is that you can do it by ear, but you're not going to be, an icon like Bill Murray or somebody. And I think Matt Damon's one of those guys. Like he could be like, oh, we're in a haunted spaceship that's crashed in Germany, and he'd still find the funny in it.
Yeah. Oh, I think if Mel Brooks had been making more movies in the 2000s. I think Matt Damon would have been a great shoe-in for
that kind of
Mel
comedy
Brooks film.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Huh. But as far as Dogma
I want to
goes,
see him now.
I love
like
certain
do something with Taika.
Matt Damon?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what's his name? Who played Magneto? What's his name? Yeah, Michael Fassbender. He did a movie with Taika. I didn't get a chance to watch it, but it looked good. But I heard a lot of mixed reviews on that one. The Martian wasn't meant to be a comedy.
I don't know what did Fassbender do with Taika Waititi?
Next goal wins. He plays as like a soccer coach in New Zealand.
Yeah.
And the team just loses every game. So the goal is to win at least one game.
That sounds like a movie I've never heard of.
Yeah, it looked charming. It looked charming because like he was a regular coach, but he gets fired. And then like I guess because like just people didn't like him.
I don't know. If your movie has to be better than Victory with Sylvester Stallone. It's your soccer movie. I mean, I'm sure it is. I'm sure it is. Fassbender in New Zealand with Taika Waititi. I'm sure it's up there.
I mean, I'll watch it one of these days. I've been wanting to, but
have you not seen it?
No.
Well, why don't we do that? I didn't even know it existed until about 15 seconds ago.
Okay. I mean, sure. I mean,
what's it called? Well, I mean, let's have it on the list.
Yeah, let's add it to the list.
What's it called?
I think it's called Next Goal Wins.
So how many O's does goal have in it?
Goal.
Next goal wins, right? Okay, that's cool. I don't know about the shit monster. I wasn't so down with the shit monster. You were saying, I saw it once when it came out theatrically, and I'd never seen it again. Although I was aware of it and was ready to buy it as soon as it came out, which I did. So glad that I have this ability, and I can't wait to just fucking devour all the behind the scenes stuff because because I really enjoy Kevin Smith's filmmaking. I've read a couple of books of his. I watch his concerts. I love his storytelling. It's just,
I have to ask you this because I think you know the answer. I know of Bud Court, but tell me from your point of view who Bud Court is.
You never saw Harold and Maude?
No.
All right, so there's this great movie called Harold and Maude about a proto-goth kid who's disaffected and has no friends, and an old woman who's about to die from cancer or something, right?
Yeah.
And so the goth kid drives around in a hearse because he's a goth kid.
Yeah.
And he makes friends with a woman. I forget how. I watched it in film school a million years ago.
Okay.
But it's a standout role. And there's always like when kids meet old people, the people who don't know anything yet and the people who know everything and are on their way out, there's lots of cool stuff like that. And then she dies from old age at the end, right? Yeah. And it's this super uplifting because everyone in the audience is crazy sad. But Bud Court, like 19 in one of his first movies, completely sells that like it's okay because I have all of her knowledge and she's giving it to me, and I'm going to go out and be a better person in the world, Yeah. So that's why I think of him. Everybody else thinks of him as like the voice of Johnny Five and fucking Short.
Oh, he's the voice of Johnny Five?
Yeah.
Nice.
So, he got into a really bad car accident in the middle of his life. So that's why he did stuff when he was a kid and he does stuff as an old guy. And then in the middle, he did some voiceover stuff because he couldn't walk or hold coffee or something. I don't know. But he's better now and healed and he's doing good stuff. So he's the guy who gets beat up right in the beginning from the demons.
Yeah, he's the human host body of God.
Yeah.
When they're playing skee ball.
Yeah, that's cool.
Anyway. Yeah, I mean, because I've always recognized the name, but I'm just like, what is he from?
I'm sure that's why Kevin Smith cast him, because he plays Harold and Maude.
Okay.
And that movie is why Harold and Kumar why Harold's called Harold.
Oh, okay.
The writers were just like, I'm so used to Harold and Maude, we're going to do Harold and Kumar.
That's funny.
All right. They don't have anything to do with each other.
They want their movie right next to Harold and Maude.
Funny,
Yeah. But let me ask you this: what is your favorite scene of Dogma?
Oh, favorite scene? That's a great question because that whole movie's a lot of favorite scenes, right? Mm-hmm. I really like. Well, man, it's hard to pick one. I don't know. I mean, the obvious ones are all the iconic stuff. Like the first time you see the demon hockey kids and they start knocking their hockey sticks on there, it kind of puts you on notice what kind of movie this is going to be. Like
Yeah.
there's real threat, but it's from the most ridiculous like thing, you know. That's a great one. And of course, when Ben like reveals his armor and the wings and the steps of the church, that's a pretty cool scene. But me personally, I just like all the stuff where somebody's telling some dumb story in that really specific, you know, Kevin Smith kind of way where you're like, I mean, they really, I don't know. The actor, it's not crazy like George Lucas stuff where like, you know, we bounced too close to a supernova and you trip real quick. Shit that you fucking have to learn, right?
Right.
But you have to learn it because it's so specific. Like in Big Lebowski, like every one of those when they're talking, that's all written out, so they have to learn the ums and pauses, right? Because the brothers are so specific about it.
Yeah.
And so I got a feeling that I mean, I don't know, I've never been on a set with him, but like I imagine the actors want to honor how hard he works writing the script in the first place, right?
Sure.
So it's like, well, he's got a thing, especially by the time Dogma comes out. This is like his fourth movie, right? Isn't it like Clerks? Clerks and Mallrats.
There's Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy. So yeah, Dogma was the fourth.
Yeah, and somebody in the thread, I think it was either Andrew or Tony earlier said that you know, Jay and Silent Bob mentioned that they're going to Illinois, you know, for this movie or something. I don't know, but like it's interesting because he does that. Like everything's connected.
Yeah.
Anyway,
a shared universe. Well, that's one of the things I like about Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is like you had Ben Affleck who played multiple characters, right? And like those characters popped up in the movie. You had Ben Affleck playing as himself, then you had Ben Affleck playing as what's his name, Holden, and the artist from Chasing Amy.
Yeah,
and
I have this love-hate relationship that's mostly hate with Chasing Amy, and it has nothing to do with the movie. The movie's great. I really enjoy it, but I did not enjoy it for the next 10 years. Whenever anybody goes, oh, you do comics? Have you seen Chasing Amy? Literally. That's all normal people said to me for 10 years. And it's like, I really wish somebody else would make a comic book movie so we could just hear another movie.
Did I ever tell you my Kevin Smith story?
I don't remember. No, go ahead.
So this was, I think, back in 2016. Kevin Smith was here in Tampa. He did the Improv, and he did one of his like shows. So I got to see him in live in person, and he was talking about making moose jaws and running ideas by people. But the really cool thing was, he's like, you guys want to hear a really cool story, like how Tampa plays a huge role in my career. And he said that at the time, his girlfriend, the actress, she was filming a movie in Tampa. So he was actually in Ybor. And so while she's filming, he's at this hotel at Ybor. And he's writing a script for his movie. And he's like, I've had numerous phone calls with Ben Affleck at the hotel I was staying at here in Ybor. And he's like, I wrote half the script of Chasing Amy here in Tampa at Ybor.
Oh, right on.
Yeah. So I just thought, oh, that's pretty awesome. Like, that's like a little thing that I never knew, that connection with Tampa and him.
Yeah.
And
cool.
but yeah, I just thought like very cool. So, and then like oddly enough, like because we watched Dogma, you know, I love buying like, you know, movies, like digital movies on Fandango at home. I love it when they have it on sale.
You love it so much that it sounds like an ad every time you bring it up.
It sounds like an ad, yeah. So they had like, was it 5 movies for $20? You know, and Chasing Amy was one of them. So I bought Chasing Amy last night after watching Dogma. And then of course School Ties I bought, which both have Matt Damon and Ben Affleck. So I bought those 2. Titanic.
No Ben Affleck.
No Ben Affleck. No.
Bill Paxton though.
Oh, for sure, Bill Paxton.
Kind of the same thing.
Yeah, and let's not forget Billy Zane. Um, but also what else? Oh, I love. There's this great movie I love called Dave. I don't know if you've ever seen Dave.
Absolutely. Kevin
Yeah,
Kline.
love Kevin. That's my favorite. I'm pretty sure that's my favorite Kevin Kline movie.
Yeah. It's better than Fish Called Wanda, which is really the only other Kevin Kline movie I can think of.
So that one I haven't seen.
What's something else he's been in?
There's a great movie called French Kiss.
Okay.
I love it when he does like accents, and he like just it feels like he's playing different characters, and because he is. But it's a great film between him and Meg Ryan. It's a Meg Ryan romantic film, but the lead, the male lead is Kevin Kline, which is not the typical male, guy that you would think.
Oh yeah, man! Back in the late '80s and early '90s, he was crushing it. He did this movie called January Man that was really good. I mean, I would never have seen it, but
Yeah.
that was the movie that all my friends were like, "Hey, the Batman trailer's in front of this," and so we would just go to January Man to watch the Batman trailer.
Nice.
And then, like, if you brought some girl, you just, oh, it's a date too. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I thought of you. I don't know. I saw that movie like 4 times.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's because, so that was funny. I couldn't think of because I don't think of that as a Kevin Kline movie. I think of that as the movie that I had to go see the Batman trailer.
Yeah, the trailer, yeah.
And apparently, I don't know if you know this, but like John Peters like won't make a Batman movie without no. That was pretty cool. I learned something today. But I didn't from Tony, who's going, hey man, that is Shermer, Illinois. That's a John Hughes reference.
Yeah.
They say that in the film, Tony.
there is, so my favorite scene in the film is the train scene.
The fight?
Kind of like the extended
or when they're just
scene.
talking, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you see them like talking, and then it extends into the fight. And of course, the gimmick of Silent Bob. You wait for that one scene in the film where Silent Bob speaks, which oddly enough in this movie he spoke twice.
Yeah.
And,
I mean, he speaks I don't know. It doesn't shock me when he speaks because that's his thing, right?
Right.
So once or twice, that's great.
Yeah.
He doesn't talk a lot. Oh, but he does. It's something funny.
It's a great gimmick. It's a great gimmick because either he's going to bestow something like really important, like what he did in Clerks when he's talking about like the whole like, hey, the girl really likes you and she's making you spaghetti or lasagna, like it's totally worth it. Like not every girl is going to make you spaghetti and lasagna. Like he's like trying to explain like like don't.
I just like it. I realize he's basically the Mandalorian, right? Like he's known for not talking. But every once in a while he talks.
Yeah.
So it's like, the Mandalorian, he never takes his helmet off. But yeah, every once in a while he does.
It's the gimmick. It's the gimmick, and it's a great one. It works great.
Like this is Chris's gimmick, if you ask me.
Redacted.
He'll just write redacted. Or some kind of vague thing like a vague reference to a movie we both know.
Yeah.
And then redacted. Anyway. Tony wants to fight. I know they say it in the film. You mentioned a vague reference about Illinois. No, sir, it was not a vague reference about Illinois. You are not paying attention to what we are saying. I said, after Randall said he enjoyed the thing on the train, and I said, yeah, there was somebody above said something about Jay and Silent Bob who said they were going to Illinois, and it was a reference to them going. It's not a vague reference. It's an actual fucking specific reference that, anyway, never mind.
Potato.
I don't know why I went into that. Everybody left. It's like, oh, it's 6 minutes left, and Larry's mad about something, I think. No, I'm just redacted.
Plus, Silent Bob's line. I love that he pulled it from it's an Indiana Jones film, and it's a Harrison Ford line.
Okay. Which one?
So I just love the fact that he did that. Like
what line?
And what's funny, like, so the movie came out what 98?
I thought it was 99
or 99.
It doesn't matter. What's the Harrison Ford line?
No ticket.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which oddly enough, like Last Crusade came out like what, early 90s. So it's
Okay.
like so him making that reference to Indiana Jones like within that same decade of that movie coming out, and then him putting that in that movie.
Is that a very specific reference to? I think I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
no,
I don't know if audiences were supposed to put that together back then. That's an Indiana Jones line.
well, if you're a
proceeds to
film
die.
fanatic, you would know. Right? I mean, who back then didn't see Indiana Jones Last Crusade? It's like,
But who back then watches movies like people do now?
right.
I think that the people that would know that line and recognize it from the third Indiana Jones movie,
Yeah.
I mean, and the Venn diagram of people who like stoner comedies,
Yeah.
right? That's why Dogma didn't really do that great, because everybody was waiting for the Jay and Silent Bob fuck around with Jesus, get Jesus high, right?
Right.
They were waiting for that movie, and I mean, the one they got was so much smarter than what he was known for, that I'm with you. This is by far and away his best movie.
I think
that screenplay is a Swiss watch, man.
Yeah, I mean the way he kind of like ties everything together, and not to mention like religion is a very, very for a lot of people it's a very touchy subject, and so like anybody who's like I think super religious would have a problem with this movie and not enjoy the film, and so
I don't know, man. It depends on because I think the super religious people I know fucking loved it because I mean, not the shit monster. Everybody hates the shit monster. It's gross. But Kevin Smith is very steeped in Roman Catholicism.
Yeah.
And there's stuff that when I was watching, I went, oh, fuck, I remember that from church, It's nothing that I'm not a religious person now. I enjoy the storytelling. And he understood the storytelling of the Bible fucking up and down, man. And he made up some shit too. So I think that's pretty cool. That that like Pete Hegseth is quoting Nick Fury from Joss Whedon's Avengers, right? So I think that I think if you make up some stuff that people think is real in the Bible, that's cool. Anyway, I give him credit. You're absolutely right, but that's kind of the regular take. Like everybody's like, how can you be so blasphemous to make this movie? I actually think that to be that blasphemous, you have to know it really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so at that point, if you've done the work, you're not being blasphemous, man. Maybe you have some stuff and you're telling a story that points out some stuff you're interested in talking about.
It's to me,
it's great.
Yeah, to me, it's reminiscent of like when Seth MacFarlane on Family Guy, like when he uses like God in the skits,
Yeah, that's a great example.
Yeah, so it's like the way like again, I know some religious people that are like, no, you can't make fun of God, or you can't do this or do that.
That's Florida religious people.
That's true. That's true.
It's a state of tight asses, man.
Yeah.
I get it though. I get it. Like that's why I walked out of Spaceballs when I first saw it, right? It's the only movie I ever walked out of it. I did. And it's the same thing. So if you really something really means a lot to you, you don't want people making fun of it. So I completely understand that. Yeah. It's just,
So now I got to ask, have you seen all of Spaceballs?
Oh yeah, no. I just when I was a kid, I was being pompous about it.
How excited are you for Spaceballs 2?
Not at all. I'm not. I like Mel Brooks stuff from the 70s.
Yeah.
I think once you get past History of the World Part 1, he's an old man and it's not that funny.
The Producers. I think we talked about watching that. I still haven't seen it.
Yeah. There are better Mel Brooks movies.
Okay.
Just Mel Brooks. I don't know. I guess if you're in the 50s and you like what did they call it? The Catskills, the vaudeville circuit. That's what his humor reminds me of.
Okay.
I mean, I came to all his stuff through TV, so I don't dig his theatrical stuff that much,
Well,
because
I
I'm
think
like, Mel Brooks is like, he's the poor man's Tim Conway, right? And it's the other way around, obviously, but that's not how I came to it. So I kind of like,
yeah.
I don't have the respect for Mel Brooks that I should. Let's put it that
Okay.
way. I'm more of a Carl Reiner and Sid Caesar guy, and he's one of them.
Yeah, dude. A lot of his inspiration is from Sid Caesar.
It's just I don't get it. I
They
don't
should
like.
they should make a Sid Caesar biopic.
He just makes fun of stuff that I like. And
Yeah.
everything I said about Kevin Smith, right? Like, you need to know it really well in order to make those cutting observations about it.
Oh,
So everything I said about Kevin Smith in a positive way, I would say the same thing about Mel Brooks in a negative way. And
Yeah.
I'm saying the same fucking thing. So what is that? It's just taste. No, I'm like, why are they making fun of Young Frankenstein? I guess it's funny, I don't know. That's, and Spaceballs, fuck that guy. Like, he's making fun of Star Wars, man. Everybody makes fun of science fiction. Fuck that guy. And
I'm excited that Bill Pullman and his son are both going to be in the movie together. And it's the return of Rick Moranis.
I just wouldn't burn that cool Kurt and Wyatt Russell stuff on fucking Spaceballs too. Who cares?
Yeah.
But and Mel Brooks is 100 years old, man. Like, do you think he's directing that? Like,
no, he's not directing it. I forget.
So what's the point? Who's
he's got the approval,
else's...
like, he's like, the blessing. I think Josh Gad wrote the script. I don't think he's directing it. I have to see who's directing it.
I will tell you this: I won't see that movie until somebody makes me.
Okay.
I don't.
Maybe Walker. Maybe Walker will make
John
it.
Candy's not in it. He's dead. Like,
I know.
So
I think his brother or son is. Oh, did you hear who's playing Pizza the Hut?
Sure, Jim Belushi, right?
No,
I mean, that's what you're doing. The real cool people are all dead, and you can't hire their brothers.
Originally, Dom DeLuise, right? Well, they got his son. His son, who
great, it was in Sequest DSV.
Yep.
Yeah. You're not selling this movie to me. You're not selling this movie to me. I'm a butler, not a catcher. I don't know what that's from, but that's funny. Probably the producers. All right. Well, let's. What are we doing? What kind of movie do you want to do next week?
That's a good question. You want me to check real quick?
I think you have Tubi, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Chris has been rabble rousing people for this. We should watch the first $6 Million Man TV movie.
If it's on Tubi.
It's on Tubi, and it is
okay.
It's not like the show at all. You're gonna this is gonna ring your chimes. You're gonna be
I've
never
seen the show.
But you know what it's about, right? Steve Austin.
I know what it's about.
That's all you need to know. And it's basically a kid's show, right? He fights Bigfoot. Two different Bigfoots, actually. And they're it's a kid's show. And it's fucking great. The first movie is not a kid's show.
What's interesting is Kevin Smith wrote they didn't call it the $6 Million Man, called it the Bionic Man.
Called the $6 billion Man. I mean, it was called the $6 Million Man because that was the bounty on his head that the bad guys had put.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the Kevin Smith one.
Oh, okay. But they did that. I think what they did was they just turned his film script into the graphic novel, a comic book.
That was I loved reading the script and I wanted to see that movie, except Marky Mark was attached and it made me I took my voodoo doll out. No, I love you, Marky Mark, but not on the $6 Million Man. Sorry.
Oh, who would you get for him now?
Now? Well, who would I get, or who would Hollywood get?
Both.
That's a Glenn Powell movie right now.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I can see Glenn Powell.
But because you need somebody who looks like an astronaut. Because honestly, can we talk about this next week after we watch $6 Million Man? Because
yeah.
I'm gonna fucking go ahead and watch that right now because I have all the DVDs upstairs.
Yeah.
I just pointed upstairs. The only thing I have the whole set. There's 6 TV movies and like 7 seasons of shit. I've seen all the TV movies and all of my favorite episodes.
Nice.
And I won't go and watch them all because it's a kid show. It's crap.
Yeah.
But some good ones. There are some good ones, and there are some that I like from being a boy, right?
Yeah.
But those first 5 movies, I've watched those a few times because it's like it turned into a kid show. But the first 2 or 3 are all stuff from the book called Cyborg by Martin Caidin.
Okay.
And Steve Austin is a dick. And then once he has his crash, he's pissed that he's half robot.
Yeah.
And that's not what happens in the show at all. It's all like, oh, hey, kids, let me use my stuff to jump into windows and close the door.
Did that show cross over with Bionic Woman?
Yeah, all the time.
Okay.
The cool thing is they were on different networks.
Yeah.
So Oscar Goldman, who is the boss of the ISS or OSS or OCD or whatever, he's the boss of both of them. They got special dispensation. Like, can I just can I be on that show? And everybody went, of course you can.
And
but
then,
boy, that'd be a big deal now.
And I know, your history with Sandra Bullock. I believe she was in a newer version of like a Bionic Woman type series, like an episode.
Yeah, she was the Bionic Kid, and they had a Bionic dog. I'm a million years old, right? Yes, it was all very funny. All right, so let's call it. Let's call it. Tony's leaving.
Yeah.
Andrew's leaving. Let's fucking go. Bionic Ever After. Yeah, see, Chris knows. You're just basically, hey, you know what? In 1976, gas was 33 cents a gallon, Larry. Did you know that? Yeah, I did, Randall. Okay. No kidding. I'm going to thank you, Chris. I'm going to watch the first $6 Million Man movie right now. Okay, are we doing that next week?
Yeah.
You should do some time travel and say, what took you so long to watch the $6 Million Man movie?
What took me so long to watch the $6 Million Man movie?
That's pretty funny. I think